In this episode, we're going to be looking at investigating sounds. All right, so hi, boys and girls. At the end of this week's lesson, you should be able to explain why sound may be described as pleasant or unpleasant, identify sources of noise pollution, identify ways to eliminate noise pollution, formulate hypotheses when conducting investigations into properties of sound, and describe sound using appropriate scientific language. That's important. And complete at least 4 of the 8 activities at the learning centers. Since the novel COVID-19 pandemic, there has been an influx of motorbikes in some communities because of the easy delivery of meals from restaurants and fast food services. These journeys through communities have left residents to deal with the loud sounds from the motorbikes. So the yang bikes making all type of noise there. But what is sound? Sound is a form of energy and is all around us. In order to describe sound, there are certain vocabulary that are used. These include pitch and intensity. Now, what is pitch? Pitch tells how high or low the sound is to the listener. How high or low the sound is to the listener is pitch. Intensity, on the other hand, is the magnitude of a sound. It indicates the loudness or softness of a sound. Sound can be pleasant or unpleasant. In fact, when the pitch is low and the intensity is soft, it is described as pleasant. However, when the pitch is high and the intensity is loud, the sounds are described as unpleasant and may become painful to the ear. These painful sounds are called noise pollution. Nevertheless, there are ways in which we can eliminate noise pollution. These include use noise-canceling earphones, install cubicles and partitions in large offices, turn off electronics or lower the volume, turn off appliances not in use, or turn down the volume. Engage. Carry out one of the following activities. Place a thumb on one end of a ruler at the edge of a desk while allowing a section to hang from the desk. 2. You're going to use a finger to push down the end of the ruler hanging from the desk and then release it. One book I saw said we're going to twang the ruler. 3. What do you feel, see, and hear? Now, very important now, vary the length of the part of the ruler hanging from the edge of the desk. Press down and release. You're going to now use 3 types of rulers made from metal, plastic, and wood. Then compare the vibrations and the sounds. Now, you can use a tick to record your observations on table 1. Look at the examples below. So here we have a table and we have various columns here. So we have the length of the ruler in centimeters. So we have 5, 12, 20, and 40. We have the speed. It could be a fast, medium, or slow. And the pitch would be high, medium, or low. Let's look at this. At 5 centimeters, slow, low. At 40 centimeters, if it's fast, the pitch is high. So there's a relationship between how fast the object vibrates and the pitch there. So slow, low, and fast, high. Explore. Access the internet and download and view a video that explains how sound is produced. The Explain section. Use different size rubber bands to explain how sound travels. Arrange them from smallest to largest. Now place different size rubber bands over an empty sardine can and pluck each of them. Tighten the thinnest rubber band and pluck it. Make it tighter and pluck it again. Tighten it again and pluck it. What did you feel, see, and hear in each activity? Now let's see. They have different size rubber bands. So what could they be driving at? So there's a relationship between the size of the object being plucked and the sound that it will make. Now explain to your classmates how sound is produced. Your explanation should include: sound is produced by the back and forth movement of an object. This back and forth movement is called vibration. These vibrations push air back and forth, creating sound waves. The sound was loud when the ruler vibrated fast and low when the ruler vibrated slowly. We mentioned that before. The rubber band that was stretched the thinnest produced the highest pitched sound, while the one that was stretched the least produced the lowest pitched sound. The thinnest rubber band produced the highest pitched sound, while the thickest rubber band produced the lowest pitched sound. All right, let's think of this too for those persons who know music. A guitar has different strings based on thickness, and they produce different sounds. Extend. Get a partner and use a string and 2 plastic cups to make a telephone. Complete the hypothesis. What's a hypothesis again? An educated guess, by underlining the correct answer. If John touches the string while Alan talks in one of the cups, the vibrations will stop or continue. Take turns to talk to each other through each cup of the string telephone. Note: the string has to be tightened or else the sound waves cannot travel through it. The cups help to amplify the sound. So we like to say that the string has to be taut, okay? Has to be tight in order for it to work. Let's evaluate. Complete at least 4 of the 8 activities at the Learning Center. So word link, Faye Ellington Center. Access the internet and find 2 more ways in which noise pollution can be eliminated. I'm thinking of people who live near to the highway. They have put some concrete barriers there that are supposed to help to reduce the sound. Let's think of a studio, for example, where singers will go to record their songs. What do they do there to reduce noise coming from outside? You can think about that as well. Self-link, Dr. Agri-Ions Center. Make a journal entry expressing your concerns about the resources for preventing noise pollution. Music link from the Jimmy Cliff Center. Write song lyrics to express the concept of sounds. Picture link, Edla Manley Center. Draw an object that you can make to demonstrate how sound is produced. So now you know you must have that back and forth movement of the object, right? In this, or you can show those little motion lines that you put around an object to show that it's moving. Okay, so people who are into art, how do you show a 2D thing to suggest movement? Sometimes you draw these little lines, little markers around it that kind of help to show it's moving. Body link, Rex Nettleford Center. Use resources available to make a model of a device that you can use to demonstrate how sound is produced. Number link, pluck each of the 3 rulers made from metal, wood, and plastic. Ensure that a similar length of each ruler is plucked. Now record the number of vibrations that each ruler gives on a line graph. Okay, so a nice math link here. So line graphs, why do we use them? We use them to show what information that changes over time. Okay, so over time, what would the vibrations, the number of vibrations be for the metal, the wood and plastic. Okay, so that's one link that could be made there. And for our social link, MiraSQL Center, upload to social media the sound device that you invented. Good. And the nature link from the Diane Macaulay Center, complete the activity on table 2. Here we have table 2, body parts of some insects that vibrate to make sounds. So here we have the column for insect, body part, and types of sounds. Let's go. A cricket, the legs vibrate and the sound is chirping. For the bee, the wings vibrate, that's buzzing. The mosquito, wings vibrate, that's also buzzing. Complete the table with another example of an insect that allows its body parts to vibrate to make sound. So in this episode, we were looking at investigating sounds. We looked at the definition for sounds. We looked at the definitions for sounds that are pleasant versus unpleasant. We identified some sources of noise pollution. We looked at, in a little way, how we can eliminate some of those sources of noise pollution. What could we do? And there were some investigations into the properties of sound. We could describe sounds using the scientific language, words such as pitch and intensity, right? And now you are to go ahead and complete at least 4 of those 8 activities. Looking forward to your comments in the comment section below.